I am streaming now.
Oh, we're live?
Yes. So, can you just make sure it's like actually streaming on the page?
Mm-hmm.
Is it look?
Let me check. Yeah, we're live.
All right, sweet. All right, I'll switch to the cut in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, folks. What the fuck's going on? This is the Lone Chemist Podcast. What's up, dude?
How you doing? I'm going to become the Joker.
I think I should start laughing hysterically in the middle of one of your answers today.
Please do it, dude. I'll fucking die. You guys haven't watched The Secret Podcast. Watch The Secret Podcast where Johnny dresses up like the Joker and is in character for 3 freaking hours. It's great. It's so funny.
Yeah. Well, first of all, welcome to the Lone Chemist Podcast, episode 44. My name is Johnny. I'm the Lone Chemist. I like long walks on the beach. I'm drinking this turmeric coffee that I learned from Joe Rogan. You take black espresso, you blend it up with grass-fed butter and turmeric, and it's really good. But it makes your lips all yellow and shit. So that's all I have to say about that. And I'm back with one of my good friends, the hunter named Alex Hunter, HiTopFilms, friend, collaborator. How we doing?
I'm great. I'm tired, a little bit tired. I didn't go to bed. Nat didn't get off work till like 5 a.m., so I stayed awake the whole time.
Wow.
But yeah, man, she closed at the restaurant she works at. And
Yikes.
It was wild. So I'm a little bit tired. But other than that, I'm good. Happy to be here, Johnny.
I have a kind of a love-hate relationship with the all-nighter. Because it's like, I mean, the next day is terrible. I mean, obviously, it's different in your case because, like, you were, like, just awake because, like, you're waiting for your girlfriend. I don't know if you were working, whatever, during that time, but, like...
No, I was doing nothing.
Yeah. But, like, when I stay up for, like, an all-nighter to do work, on one hand, the next day is just horrible, and it's like you're a zombie. On the other hand, you rarely get 9 hours where no one interrupts you, and, like, you can just do your work.
True.
Like
that's true.
Because like honestly, like before I posted my spec nav video, I like pulled an all nighter before that, and like I was able to edit like 9 minutes of footage like in one go without anybody fucking like bothering me or anything like that. I love that kind of shit. Which is like
that's like the only time I can edit. I think is just when Nat's at work and Ace is asleep and I have no distractions for a period of time. Otherwise, I feel like it's not like editing the best I could be doing. That makes sense because I'm focused on other shit.
You got to be locked in, get a cup of coffee, maybe some Sour Patch watermelons, headphones on, music blaring.
Sour Patch watermelon. That's a blasphemy, dude. Sour Patch classic, man.
What? Dude, Sour Patch. You were capping.
I'm kicked off the podcast. Yeah, I'm kicked off the podcast.
Someone asked me, Johnny, are you gonna make any more videos? Do you think you're done with that? I'm making more videos, my dude. It's hard to balance my YouTube life and my aspiring YouTube career with my PhD. But I actually have 2 videos I'm working on right now. One on Thanos and Endgame, and the other one I can't spoil the second one because it's part of a collaboration. But yes, video essays. I'm making a bunch of them, and I have it. I hate this shit. Like, I wish that I started YouTube before my PhD because, like, I like love doing this shit, and I have a Word document of I think like 13 or 14 video essays that I've started, or like I have ideas for shit, but I just don't have time to devote to it. Like, it's so annoying. I hate that shit.
Yeah, man. I understand.
Yeah.
I mean, I do this full time, but I'm also just have other things that like filmmaking is my number one passion.
Well, of course, yeah.
Yeah. So like, I want to just be making shorts, but I gotta, I still want to make videos, but I don't want to make them as often. But YouTube hates that. So
yeah, I know. Like that's why like I think my best video that I've ever made, the Spectacular Now video, is not doing well because I waited like 4 months before I posted that one. So very sad.
It's always it happens like that, and it sucks.
Yeah, but thankfully our boy Bailey fucking he
oh my god
hour long fucking hour-long, like, almost documentary-esque video, and he's, like, finally got 100K views, or close to it, I think. Good for him.
I think he's really close. He got, like, 3,000 subs off that. That's, like, wild, man.
Yeah, that was what happened to me with the Thanos video, when that thing blew up for no reason. Like, I was at, like, I think, like, 2,000, 3,000 subs, something like that. Like, maybe not even, and I got pushed, like, to over, like, I think, like, 12K or something like that. Something crazy.
That's crazy.
I just wish I wish it could happen, like, you know, every video you post is like,
Oh
you
yeah.
know, every time you post, oh my God, 5,000 subs, 10,000 subs, sick.
That never happens with me. Like I don't think I've gained more than 100 since the Endgame video because YouTube hasn't pushed it to people like who don't subscribe yet. I don't think
Mm.
necessarily. So it's just waiting for that to happen. And the last video I uploaded was Scarecrow, so they're punishing me definitely for the fact that it wasn't like a smash hit, 200K views in a day.
Okay, well, you got a close to 2 million fucking view video. You have a 1.4 and a 1, right? Like, they gotta throw you
That
a bone a little bit. Come on, man.
I don't, dude. It's so weird. It's really just about like what I'm trying to do now is just keep growing like the dedicated audience that will
Yeah,
watch everything I post, and then it's just so much you can relax. Like if you have, like if I had 100,000 dedicated people who would watch like whatever video I do, even if it was on like Her or Moonlight, that would
yeah.
just watch it, I'd be sleeping easy. I'd be resting easy. It's not about like having to, not even because I don't really chase trends and neither do you, but it's not about having to advertise something in a way that's like trendy,
Yeah,
you know?
that was a big thing for me. Like when I started my channel, like my first video was on fucking American Psycho, a movie from 2000. Like
Yeah.
I don't want my channel to be predicated on trends. I want to make something because I truly feel passionate about it. And if you look at my videos, like I made like my American Psycho video, then my Quentin Tarantino video. My Thanos video was like 8 months after Endgame or Infinity War came out, and then I did one on Adam McKay, and then like I don't want to like post something for the sake of because it's just a popular topic people talk about. I think it's like, and I sent this to you. There's an audio interview that I did for somebody who's actually writing a dissertation on video essays.
Mm.
I won't reveal the person's name, but when it comes out, I'll definitely tweet about it. But I said in the one of the questions that he asked me, what's the best video essay? And the first thing I said was doing it because you're passionate about it. Because if you just have something predicated on trends, no matter how good the video is, there's something kind of, how do I put this? Kind of like self-defeating about it or like disingenuous about it because you're making something that requires a lot of passion over something that you're typically not passionate about. Like if I just
Yeah.
made, a random ass video about some movie that's coming out, I think you should just make stuff because you want to make it and make it because it's a passionate project, not like, I'm just trying to ride the hype train.
Yeah. And YouTube discourages that kind of stuff, which is horrible. They want the trend chasers.
Ugh,
I know, right?
dicks.
Gross. We work
Ugh.
for a company that hates what we do. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. I mean,
Sad. Whatever.
it's also just like people, I don't know how people like, I mean, I don't like who's someone who uploads so much. Like, I have no idea how Chris Stuckman uploads so much and is still able to work on his short films and like he just posted a short film, which is really good.
Yeah, I just saw
But
it. It was good. It was really good.
yeah, but I just don't know how he gets that energy to do that like 3 times a week. Like I can
Yeah.
barely manage 2 videos a month because I put so much into it that I like feel like I'd just be physically and emotionally defeated if I did any more than that.
Yeah, exactly. And like, I don't know. I think you're speaking to a thing where it's like, I mean, Chris Duckman's an exception because he actually puts a lot of effort into his videos, sees as many movies as he possibly can, then like, records them and makes them beautiful and stuff. But like, there are a lot of people that will just like make a video about anything, like, like the commentary community, for example. They'll literally just have like a picture up and then just talk into a microphone. And they'll get like 1 million views on it because
I know.
like,
Yeah.
and like it's like I want like whatever I make to be a product of love and passion and empathy. Like I spent hundreds of hours for a 17-minute video about the fucking Spectacular Now because I was passionate about
It
it.
was a great video.
Oh, thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it
thanks.
sucks because like it didn't get the views that it deserved.
I mean, but on the other hand, though, like I hear you, and I that kind of pissed me off in the moment. I didn't make it to get views. I did it because, again, like and like just generally about like my YouTube channel, like I I made it because I wanted to have these little passion projects, and I didn't do it with any kind of aspiration of being my full-time job or anything. So
Yeah.
I mean, like if people like the videos and like they're still my passion projects, then that's great. But like it was more like therapeutic to get that video out as opposed to like I'm trying to get everyone to see my opinion on the video.
Dude, that's perfect, man. That's how I always describe to like people, not like YouTuber people, because you guys know, but just
Yeah.
people who don't do YouTube. I'm always like, it's like therapy.
It is, honestly. It really is.
Yeah, just like express yourself. Like now I feel at peace with Endgame. because of the Endgame video. Like I'm at peace. I don't have to talk about it ever again. You know what I mean? Like I'm perfectly at peace with my thoughts on it.
Speaking of Endgame, did you see the deleted scene with Tony Stark and his daughter?
I have never laughed harder in my life than when he leans and he goes, "I love you 3000."
Like the way he whispers that is so memey. Oh, fuck.
They had no chemistry. Like the Russos, I watched the commentary with that and they were like, "Yeah, we cut it because it's redundant." And it is kind of because of the funeral scene that follows and stuff. But it's also just because these two have no chemistry. The girl from 13 Reasons Why and Downey. Like
Yeah.
I was like, "Wow."
Like,
I felt like they just yeah, it was weird. It was very weird. That scene was so weird.
I mean, like there actually was a pretty decent deleted scene with Black Widow and Hawkeye, like on the cliff. It was a little more elongated and like it added a little more urgency to like the sacrifice scene, which I mean, it wasn't necessary, but I kind of like that because it showed the kind of like it externalized the internal struggle of one of them having to sacrifice each other. So like,
Oh,
yeah,
dude, I loved it so much more than what we got. The one that we got, I always just thought it was so weird that they have this like bit of action where they both try to stop each other because it almost comes off as comedy to me for some reason. Like they're tripping, like
yeah,
Hawkeye's tripping her with an arrow and shit. And they're really like, if you boil it down, these are two characters who are both trying to commit suicide, so the other one doesn't have to.
yeah.
And it just was so weird to me. But this other deleted scene, like Black Widow gets shot up and she's like crawling and dripping blood. I'm like, that's what I'm looking for. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like it's like they know they have to do it, but like they don't necessarily want to, but they're willing to die for the other person. And then also you had the looming threat of, I love the shot with fucking Thanos like strolling up, like you see him in the shadows.
Out of focus, yeah.
Like
yeah.
I like that actually personifies the whole theme of like the movie, like this looming threat that's always in the distance, and you have to like get the pieces in order to be able to fix everything that he's done. Like I don't know, like again, it wasn't necessary, but I thought it was a much better execution in that moment.
Yeah, man.
What
I
else was
agree.
there for deleted scenes? There was
There was that one that I just laughed at because it just shows how, I mean, I didn't laugh like, oh fuck them. I was just like thought it was funny. It shows how much of the movies are done in post where they're all in the trench and
yeah,
they're all talking and it's so unfinished.
yeah,
And it's just like, Jesus Christ, I feel so bad for like the post team, the entire post team.
yeah. I mean, not as bad as the
Like,
post team for fucking Sonic the Hedgehog, but yes, I agree.
yeah. Dude, I could not I could not do that kind of filmmaking. Like I can't imagine, I don't think my brain is powerful enough, and this is a testament to the Russos, to imagine that that's going to look good. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like with a Spider-Man with a mocap suit and a Hulk with that and like a fake background and like weird audio and characters that aren't even in the frame. Like when I shoot stuff, I like want to see at the end of the day, I want to go into the timeline and edit something that's super rough, but know that I got something of quality.
Yeah.
And like I guess you just can't do that with these kind of movies because you have to wait months for all the effects to be put in.
Yeah, it's
And
so
just,
true. Yeah. Fuck. I will say there was one like concept art. I don't think he even filmed the scene, but like this is a scene that like I thought they were going to do, but they didn't do it. The scene where Bruce Banner is in his own mind talking to the Hulk. Like
oh, that would
that was like they literally could have taken a page out of shitty movie, but X-Men Apocalypse. Like in the final part where like Xavier is fighting Apocalypse within his own mind. Like you see the actual physical manifestation of them fighting and talking and stuff. With that, like you could easily show the metaphorical representation of Bruce Banner fighting his own inner demons by literally having him just in a desolate, like almost field-like area within his own mind, talking to the Hulk and saying, "Look, Hulk, you hate me, I hate you. You hold me back, I hold you back. Let's combine and have the best of both worlds." Like that literally would have fixed like probably Hulk's entire character. To be honest with you,
it would have made it a lot, excuse me, a lot better for me at least. Honestly, someone commented that they were like, how would you feel if they did like a Watchmen style montage instead of just saying 5 years later, like a 5-year montage of like Tony having a kid and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like Steve and I was like, I think I'd still have issues with it because I want those things to be more developed. But honestly, I feel like I'd like it a lot more if we saw that. Like even put the Banner stuff in a montage or just have a series of quick scenes to like show these characters when they go their separate ways.
Yeah, and actually, like, I mean, speaking of Watchmen, I think the opening credits of that movie are absolutely genius. Like, I think they're brilliant. Like, Like
The best part,
yeah.
IMO.
I agree, but like, they use a song that's kind of associated with that time period, but also has thematic significance. Bob Dylan, times that are changing, and then they show, the rewriting of history because of the U.S. winning the Vietnam War, and like everything that changes and falls through because of that. If it did something similar for Endgame, again, it would be kind of hammy, but at least it would have actually addressed the 5 years that we didn't get.
Honestly, like my least favorite comment I've gotten is like, "Oh, well, that's what Disney Plus is for, to fill in that 5-year
No,
time jump."
fuck that.
And
Fuck
I'm like,
that.
I'm like, no, I don't need DLC for a movie, like I don't need to like fill in the gaps.
Like
But
and this is something that I've actually talked about with Houston from Houston Productions and John from Make Stuff. Like, I think the biggest issue they're gonna have going forward with this Disney Plus thing is to have coherent stakes that are consistent across all movies. Because like, okay, I get it. Like, people are Marvel sycophants, and I even am to a certain extent, even though I'm not nearly much of a fanboy as some people are. But 3 movies a year and 3 or 4 TV shows, like, that's just a lot of time. And like,
way too much
to,
time.
and to have all of the mythos all interlinked with each other, and then to have like the movies actually reference the TV shows and vice versa and stuff. Like, I just think as a fan, like, even if I'm a big fan of Marvel and stuff, I'm not gonna lie to you, like, I don't know. I don't think the Scarlet Witch show is getting watched. I'm gonna be honest.
You're WandaVision. You're not doing it.
But I will say the concept looks kind of cool, where it's like a '50s family that looks kind of cool, and actually. But I just,
dude, what if these shows are like the artistic visionary things that we have been asking for from Marvel, and the movies continue to be pretty studio and committee? It'd be so funny.
If they are, then you and I have to do a podcast immediately and say sorry. Like, we're like, okay,
Yeah,
we were wrong. Like, we were wrong.
We were wrong. We were so wrong.
But like,
I watched this interview.
Yeah, go on.
I watched this interview. I think it was one of the showrunners of Bucky and Falcon, and they were like, yeah, they basically were like, yeah, they're not really much of characters in the movies, and our show's gonna make them characters. Is basically what they said. They didn't say it so bluntly.
Yeah.
So like that has me intrigued. Like if it slows down and does that. But honestly, I don't know. There's so like I'm not gonna watch She-Hulk. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah. Like I mean,
even if it's great, I just really it's not like a priority for me to watch it. Like there's other show. There's already so much Cape shit that I watch. So much.
I know. And also like, I just think it's a lot to keep track of, like, within your mind. Like, I'm not saying like fans should be lazy and like complacent, but all I am saying is like, okay, I'm a huge fan of Breaking Bad. I've watched everything Breaking Bad related that's ever been made. I just got up on Better Call Saul. It's genius. Watched all Breaking Bad 5 times. Watched fucking El Camino, which is fantastic. But if there were 3 Breaking Bad movies a year and 3 Breaking Bad series, and then like online concept art and shit I had to keep track of to actually keep the narrative straight in my mind,
it wouldn't work.
It's just like, and then also like, if you're gonna have like this looming threat for an entire TV series, like how are you going to balance that between like, having the stakes be coherent with that of a movie that has 2.5 hours to tell its story? Like,
it's so different.
It's so different. Like, and yeah,
no matter what, like the villains in these shows will be far more compelling than the villains you have to introduce and develop in 2 hours, and so will the characters.
Yeah.
Like my thing is like, if Bucky is for once in the fucking MCU after being not interesting for the last 5 movies and just being like a plot device, if Bucky becomes this like fascinating, powerful character that he could be and should be, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is he just going to go back to being like bland, plot-driven stuff in the movies? Like, is that what's going to happen?
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird. Like, is Falcon, obviously they're not going to do a Falcon movie, but what if people get attached to how complex Falcon is in the show, and then he's in the movie, he's back to being a goofball? Hold on. Ace is like scratching the hell out of the door. I'll be right back.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I'll talk to the chat. Don't worry about it. All right, guys. Well, Alex, I'm professional, so I'm back here with you guys. What's going on? Please don't sign off because HiTopFilms is now out of the frame, tending to his dog. What's going on, people? How are we doing? But yeah, no. Speaking generally, we have a bunch of different topics besides the MCU and Disney Plus shit. We're gonna be talking about our favorite movies 2019.
I'm back.
Oh, he's back. I was just saying, that you're an unprofessional cuck. I'm sorry. We're gonna be talking about Are we talking about our favorite movies of 2019 so far? Obviously, there's like a month and a half left in the year, but we'll talk about our favorite movies. You know, I could probably do a top five if you want to actually do like a maybe like a ranking, but I
Yeah,
mean, yeah. And then like we'll talk about our favorite Christmas movies. You know what? Let's talk about that before the overall ranking. So to kind of what the
favorite Christmas movies.
all right. So I had kind of a hot take yesterday on my Instagram. I don't know if you saw it, but
I did.
all right. So my hot take is my favorite Christmas movie is Just Friends with Ryan Reynolds and Amy Smart.
Guess who hasn't seen that movie?
You haven't seen Just Friends?
No, no,
Come
no, man.
on, man.
I'm a Zoomer. What do you expect, man? That I think that movie's before like my time.
Oh my God, Just Friends. Like you know the premise of it, right?
No.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna just say this. Ryan Reynolds, fat suit. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about now. I think
And
I've seen like
it's just fantastic. It's so fucking funny. Ryan Reynolds, I think that's what put me on the map for him being a fucking hilarious comedic actor. And yeah, it's so fucking funny. And it's also like it's like Shazam. You can watch it any time of the year, but it's set in the Christmas era, which is like,
mhm.
good conducive thing for holidays. Well, I have a lot of favorite Christmas movies. I love Home Alone. Home Alone's a fucking classic. Elf, of course. I'm a white person, so I love Elf.
Yeah, dude. I have a question. When you were in like high school, was did they show Elf all the time, or is that just like my generation?
What do you mean show? Like on TV or what?
Like during the Christmas season at my fucking shitty public high school, I swear to God, three different teachers were like, "Yeah, we're not doing anything today. We're just gonna throw on Elf,"
All
and
right.
like that's
Yeah. I did watch Elf a couple times in class, but most of it was in Spanish class because like they want to show a movie because they don't want to do anything, but they also want you to learn something, so they just put it in Spanish so you understand it.
Spanish.
Yeah.
The Spanish dub, yeah.
But yeah, hey, man, I'm a fucking product of public school too, man. It's whatever. But yeah, we watched Elf a lot of times, and like I think it was broadcasted more times in school than it actually was shown on ABC Family or Freeform now.
Dude, do you remember like the 30 Days of Christmas on ABC
It's
Family?
too much.
Dude, I used to. Dude, do you have the decorations up yet in your apartment?
No, not yet. I usually wrap my brick wall behind me with some Christmas lights. So,
Dude, I just got a tree, man.
you a real tree or fake tree?
Fake tree. I got real trees my entire life, but now that I moved out of my parents' house, I got a fake tree because it's so much work with a real tree. You gotta like
Water
take
it.
care of it. Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
and I'm irresponsible. Like with great power comes no responsibility. I can't take care of a tree.
Yeah. Like, but I mean, I will say Christmas favorite holiday, so I don't mind like splurging for like a small like real tree. But I do have
Oh,
a massive fake tree. Yeah. But go
I
on.
love Christmas. I love that like cozy feeling, man. That like you know
Oh
what
yeah.
I mean. It's the best. It's the best.
Like
My
yeah,
go
but
ahead, go
I'm
ahead.
gonna say like the 10 days leading up to Christmas is just like the happiest, like most like communal time of year. I love that shit.
Yeah,
It's so
yeah,
awesome. Something
I
in the
agree.
air, man. All right, but go on. What are your favorite Christmas movies?
I'm trying to think, man.
Oh,
I think
Rider Nexus says Muppet Christmas Carol. That one's a banger. I love that movie. So
that. Yeah.
yes. All right, but go on. Yeah.
I'm thinking, man. I'm thinking. I may say Batman Returns is what I watch every year on Christmas,
That is a good
and
Christmas movie. Yeah, I forgot about that.
it's so Christmassy for sure. Batman Returns is so weird because it's like so not a Batman movie by any means. Like it doesn't even attempt to be about Batman.
Yeah.
But I just love how that movie's shot, and I love how weird it is and how burdened it is. That's definitely one of them. I'm trying to think. Shazam may be a new favorite. That's like
Honestly.
such a good movie.
Yeah, I agree.
I watch Iron Man 3 every Christmas because it's a Shane. Oh, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. There you
Oh
go.
yeah.
There's one of my favorite ones.
That's a
Any
good one.
Shane Black movie is my favorite Christmas movie.
Yeah.
I wonder why he does that. Every movie except for Nice Guys is set at Christmas, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, Iron Man 3 is New Year's, not Christmas. Right?
No, it's Christmas, man. He gets Pepper the Bunny. Do you remember that?
Oh, you're right. No, the opening scene is New Year's though, right? Or is that or am I thinking something different?
Yeah, no. The opening scene is New Year's. It's a New Year's like flashback with back before he was like Iron Man
Oh,
in
okay.
the '90s.
Got it. Okay, now yes, you're right.
Shane Black loves Christmas, man. So many of his movies, man. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, but I'd go Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, Batman Returns. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of a more like Christmassy Christmas movie that like deals with Christmas and not just doesn't just have Christmas as a backdrop. I like Krampus.
Oh,
That's not like
yeah,
a
Krampus. Yeah, for sure.
Krampus is a good one.
The ending's fucked up.
Yeah, dude, I love that ending. I need to rewatch that movie for sure.
Yeah.
And I always watch.
Yeah, go on. Sorry.
I always watch Christmas with the Joker like 5 times. The episode of Batman the Animated
Oh,
Series.
you're right. Yeah. Yeah.
That's one I do. I like to watch a lot of TV specials set at Christmas, like the Christmas episodes of TV shows, like New Girl and shit. Like
Oh,
that's what
New
I
Girl
do.
Christmas is fantastic. Goose
Dude,
pimples.
oh my god, I love New Girl, man. We should do a New Girl video essay.
Oh yeah, no, that'll be our second collaboration. Our first, I don't want to spoil that, but
Yeah, don't spoil it.
yeah, but yeah, we'll be working together on a video essay, in the next couple months or so.
Hopefully,
Yeah,
hopefully in the next 15 years, Johnny and I get our shit together anytime soon.
No, we will. I actually started writing a script for that, so I'll send you that over like in a couple of days. Something,
You're my portion of the video. You're ahead. I haven't even started my portion yet. The end game video took way longer than I thought it would.
But yeah, okay, but going back to Krampus, I loved how Raimi-esque, for you, I'm sure you love that, but how Raimi-esque the
Yeah.
movie was. A lot of practical effects, a lot of goof, a lot of pretty colors. Like, it's melodramatic out the ass to the point of like hilariousness.
Yeah.
I love how like practical like the puppets were and the actual monster and like using real fire effects and stuff. I thought that was great. I really liked that movie a lot.
Is that the guy who did Trick or Treat?
Yeah, I think it's the Trick or Treat. Yeah.
And he did the new Godzilla.
That was
that was a big yeah.
I mean,
what?
yeah.
I mean, A Christmas Story. That's like an obvious pick.
Of course, yeah, of course.
Did you know that the guy who directed A Christmas Story did this movie called? They're making a remake right now called Black Christmas. It's like this horror movie that inspired so many other like, classics.
I've seen Black Christmas, the original one. Yeah,
it's wild. That's like maybe a new tradition because I just watched that recently and I really enjoyed it.
The new one or the old one?
Oh, the old one, not the new one. The old one, like the super low budget one.
Yeah, like the one like the early '70s that came out. I forget who directed that.
With Margot Kidder.
Yeah. Before she went crazy, and when there was Lois Lane before she went crazy too.
My dad just said the Lexmas episode of Smallville. My dad's watching. Hi, Dad.
Hey, Mr. Hunter. There you go.
The Lexmas episode of Smallville. That's a classic. You're not a big Smallville guy, but there's this great episode where it's such a deep dive into the character of Lex on that show, who's like literally the best thing about that show and one of the best like comic book television movie adaptations.
Yeah,
it's so good. That episode's so good. It's like oh my god, I'm so dumb right now. It's like Scrooge but with Lex, basically.
Really interesting.
Like, yeah, he gets visited by like his dead mother, and that's like a ghost and shows him his possible future, but it's like played so dramatic. It's just really good.
Yeah, like I remember seeing a couple episodes of Smallville before like I really like started appreciating like superhero media. I obviously was a fan of the comics when I was a wee tyke in diapers and stuff, but like
a wee tyke.
But yeah, like maybe I should go back and watch it because like I mean I do love the original Superman like kind of ethos that thing has. I just was never really a big fan because
dude, it's definitely it's weird
dated, yeah.
It's super dated, but half of it's like this Degrassi style teen drama that's goofy and just like enjoyable to watch, where like these 20-year-olds pretend to be 14. And then the other half of it is like this deep character study of why Lex is the way Lex is and why Clark is the way Clark is. So like half the episodes are like really fucking good, and the other half are like fun. And and then there's like a good bit that are just like bad, that are just like campy bad. But
I mean, it's probably better than Supergirl.
Yeah, man. I mean, I really enjoyed the first season of Supergirl. I didn't love it or anything, but I enjoyed it. But then it moved to the CW, and I didn't like it anymore.
Well, I haven't seen any of it, to be honest with you, because I've only seen like Twitter compilations of like the Power Rangers fight scenes.
Dude, it's literally the CW formula where they start off strong with the first season, then they have a decent like second season that maybe has some really cool elements.
And the budget
Like
gets cut.
Arrowhead. Yes, and then the budget just gets fucking sliced and it turns into like this awful shit show after that. Like, dude, Flash season 1 is peak. That's Cape Kino, man.
Mm.
But yeah, Christmas movies. I'm gonna go with Batman Returns as my go-to one that I like binge.
Yeah,
every Christmas.
but I will say, like, you know, how do I put this? Like TV shows that are like set around Christmas, I feel like I don't know. I get more of a sense of community because it's like you watch this show for so long, and then like to have it be set on a premise so communal like Christmas is it's kind of special. Like I mean, like for example, The Office I think is the best Christmas episode ever. Like you haven't seen The Office yet, have you?
No, I'm a bitch.
Come on, man.
I know. Everyone tells me.
But no, like I think they have the best Christmas episode of all time. Like there's one where they go to Benihana and it's called a Benihana Christmas, and it's just the funniest thing ever. But I love the New Girl Christmas episode. I love that one too.
There's like 5 New Girl episodes, right?
Yeah,
I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah,
the Goose Pimple
yeah, of course.
one.
Yeah, with like the majestic music and shit. Hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be honest, like you know, just to go on this tangent because we're both like you know like somewhat ADHD. Like fucking, I love New Girl. I think that's like I think it's like the funniest, like warmest show.
It's so good. It's also like heartfelt, and it's not just dumb when it could just be dumb.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like these are actual characters, and they grow and change, and I love it, man.
Yeah,
I think it's great.
I think it's great too. And Schmitty is like the worst person in the world, but I also love him too.
I love it. It's like the older I get, the more I'm like I'm pretty much just Nick from New Girl. Like I relate to that man.
Yeah, for sure.
But man, so many people are like, I think it's so funny. Like you would never think watching that Jake Johnson would like voice Spider-Man and be so good in Spider-Man.
Yeah. Like,
but then you watch it again and you're like, that's fucking obvious. Like that's such a good pick.
Yeah, for sure. Like someone who's like reticent to like, you know, fully apply himself and is like, you know, down the dumps. Yeah, no, I love that shit. Are there any other Christmas movies we're missing? I mean,
like big ones. I'll do a Google search right now.
All right, do it.
Best Christmas movies, and then we'll see it. Did you see Last Christmas? It looked so bad, so I didn't see it.
Oh, that's the one with Khaleesi and the other dude, right? No, I haven't seen it. But like, I will say, like, the guy who directed it, like, Paul Feig, right?
Yeah.
Like, I felt kind of bad. Like, that kind of like made me realize that like unadulterated criticism of movies, especially when like the director actually tries, like it must feel pretty shitty to like have someone like say like this is the lowest common denominator of film, and then the fact that he like responded to it and said like, hey man, you know we tried our best, but if you don't like it, totally fine. I appreciate your criticism. It made me feel kind of sad. It's like fuck. Like I know that we view these things as like you know we're behind like a glass pane window and like we can't really be touched with the people that we criticize, but at the end of the day, most movies, I mean, there are some that, you know, aren't people trying, but like most movies have people behind the scenes actually trying.
I know, yeah.
Maybe kind of sad, yeah.
That's why I've been trying to be less, I mean, I'm not even less harsh, but just more understanding if I'm harsh when I do YouTube videos and say things, you know?
Yeah. No, for sure.
Unless I'm just really irked by something.
Zack Snyder. Sorry.
Why I Love 10 out now. Why I Love Batman v Superman out now on Loverboy Media's channel.
Yeah. I mean, like, even if I disagree with his take, it's still a fantastic video.
Dude, have you seen, this is a classic for me, The Night Before with Seth Rogen, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and it.
Why did I forget about that movie? I love that movie.
Yeah, it's great,
I love
right?
that
It's so
movie.
underrated.
It's so good.
It's such an underrated like Rogen effort that like I think people don't talk about enough.
Yeah, and dude, I cried like a bitch at the end of that movie when like it's the flashback when like it's the night after his parents like pass away, and then
it's super sweet. Yeah, it's like super sweet bromance.
Yeah, because you have 3 great actors, JGL, Anthony Mackie, and Seth Rogen, and they actually seem like they're actual friends in real life. Like,
yeah, I know. I like that movie a lot.
Yeah, me too. Like, it's not perfect by any means, but like, I think it's just it's a fun movie to watch, especially in the holidays.
Dude, I'm looking at this list, and you win. I'm officially a bitch. Number 42 on this list is Batman Returns. Okay. and number 41 is Just Friends.
Ah, let's go.
That's so
I
funny.
win.
They're right next to each other.
What's number one on this list? What list are you looking at?
I'm scrolling. The Esquire one.
Okay.
Jingle All the Way, dude. That's a classic.
Yeah,
Man.
that is a
Yes.
classic. I like that movie.
Yeah, that's like a so bad it's fucking amazing classic in my mind.
Did you see Nano V Movies video on that? Jingle All the Way?
I think I did. Yeah.
Yeah, he posted it in 2018. It was really, really good. He kind of went into like how Jingle All the Way kind of mirrors like our fan obsessed and like fanboy obsessed culture these days. Yeah. I really liked it.
That was
it was a really good one.
Yeah, that was really good. Edward Scissorhands is a good one, but I think I'm only gonna go with one Burden movie.
Yeah, exactly.
I hate the Jim Carrey Grinch. It's on this list, but I have like a vendetta against it.
All right, so we found one of like the three things we disagree on. I think that movie is it's such a guilty pleasure, man. Like I know
whack.
it's bad. It's bad. I know. But like seeing Jim Carrey like put on like a Ron Howard like esque baseball cap and then direct his dog.
That movie, I get the flu. Like I watch it and I get sick from that movie because it's so weird and I'm just like it makes me feel like I'm having a fever dream and I like will sickness onto myself. Wait, dude, Die Hard, we forgot.
But that one is such like a film boy meme where it's like, no, Die Hard's the best Christmas movie ever. I'm like, okay, we get it. Like you watch movies that aren't like in the norm for Christmas movies. We get it. But I like that movie a lot. I like Die Hard. It's good.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, Gremlins is a good one.
Oh, Gremlins, yeah, fuck, that's a Christmas movie too. Forgot about
Black
that.
Christmas is on this list.
Old
Eyes
one,
Wide Shut, the old one.
Oh, so I'm a hack. I have never seen Eyes Wide Shut.
Dude, you need to. This is a hot take. That may be my favorite Kubrick.
Really?
Yes, and I'm dead serious on that. I love that movie, and it's such an atmosphere, man. You watch that, and you're just in that world.
Yeah, dude. Wait, better than The Shining? Better than 2001? Like,
I don't know if I would say better, but I just like it more. I think The Shining may be like a better film. I think 2001 is like his best film just because of like how crazy that was for the time and what it did. But Eyes Wide Shut may be my favorite.
Interesting. Kubrick is the guy who is charged with, ending the marriage between Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise.
It makes sense, man, if you watch that movie.
Like I watched I haven't seen the movie, but I watched a montage of like them, like their fight scenes and stuff. And apparently Kubrick had them do like 70 takes a piece, and they were so exhausted that they literally looked disheveled like during those scenes.
Dude, my buddy Francesco, who's an actor in LA, he told me that his acting coach was like told him this story where on the set of I don't know which movie it was, but it was basically like he made this guy do 100 takes, and the guy was like, "Well, what the fuck do you want from me?" And he wasn't saying anything, Kubrick, the whole time, right? And then he was like, "Good acting." After like take 100, and how fucking baller is that? And how savage is that? He just was saying again, and again.
Wow.
Right? Kubrick's the madman, dude.
God, I mean, apparently he was the biggest bastard ever, but I mean, he made some good ass movies.
Rudolph, dude. We forgot fucking Rudolph.
See, like I've seen Rudolph so many damn times. Like
I know that it doesn't feel,
yeah. But I will say it's a good movie. It's a good movie. But I will say all the sequels kind of ruined it for me. The Island of Lost Toys and stuff and all that.
My dad just said your favorite Kubrick is Eyes Wide Shut. I have no son. I'm sorry. A Charlie Brown Christmas. That's like another cliche.
Oh yeah, for sure. But it's a good one.
Elf. It's good. It's really good.
We talked about Elf. I think Elf is like, I mean, it's memey to like it, but I mean, I think it's one of Will Ferrell's best performances.
It's Jon Favreau, man.
I know, dude. Like, can we just talk about this for a second? Like, Will Ferrell. A Will Ferrell comedy and Swingers got Jon Favreau in the position to direct Iron Man. Like,
yeah,
like that,
dude. I love Swingers.
It's a great movie. So underrated.
Yeah.
What else is on the list?
The Nightmare Before Christmas, but that's like an obvious one.
That's a Hot Topic meme.
Bad Santa, which I didn't like that much. I saw it once.
I thought it was funny. Billy Bob Thornton's funny in that movie, but I don't know.
It's okay. Here are the top three.
All right, here we go.
Christmas Story 3, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacations 2.
See, I'm not a
And
huge fan of that movie, to be honest with you. Like,
neither am I. Neither am I. I think
I
it's fine.
it's funny, but like, I don't know. The vacation movies never really got me.
Same.
Yeah.
And then It's a Wonderful Life is number 1.
Oh yeah, well that movie bangs. I love that movie. The movie's good.
Yeah. That is 40 best Christmas movies according to this list.
All right, so we were on there a little bit. We got a couple good guest spots on there with the.
Our favorites were number 40 and 41. Those were our.
Well, it's because we're HiTopFilms and the Hack Chemist, so
the Hack Chemist.
the lone hack.
The mentally ill loner chemist.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen it yet, watch the Secret Podcast, episode 152. It's about 2 hours and like 30 minutes in, and I do a prank call in Joker makeup. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
You go so hard.
I gotta say, like, you know, my impressions are pretty good. I think my laugh for the Joker is pretty good. I will
do it right now, dude.
I can't. You can't rush method acting, bro. You gotta like wait for it to be like, you know, in a actual situation, dude, man.
Catch me by surprise sometime during the cast and just do it. If you feel like it.
Maybe I don't know. We'll see.
Is this it right here? Is it coming?
Nah. Like, you know what it's like? It's like I'm a predator in the wild, and I gotta catch my prey off guard. You know, like I gotta sneak up.
I'm going to my my rankings of my favorite movies of the year so far.
Oh yeah, So we'll change topics. Right now, we're gonna talk about what would you have top 10? I could probably do top 5, but like say yours.
I have top 9 right now. I have top 9, but these are subject to change once I rewatch them. All of them.
Yeah, let me pull up my list. All right, but yeah, go on, dude.
Okay, and these are based off my emotional experience with something, not necessarily the quote objective quality of a film, which doesn't exist in my mind, but whatever. Number 1, Ad Astra. I really fucking loved Ad Astra. I loved the way it was shot. I saw it in IMAX, so I was just in that theater, and it got me into It got me to watch the other. Oh my god, I'm drawing a blank right now. Who directed Ad Astra, man? Do you know? I know it's like James Gray, right?
Yes, it was.
Is that his name? Yes.
And
I started to watch. I watched another one of his movies called Two Lovers the night I watched Ad Astra because I was like, wow, I've been looking for this like rawness to the directing. That's what I look for. Is I just love emotional rawness, and that's like,
and like on that point too. Like it was really weird, like having a movie be that personal about something that's so expansive and so like out there.
Yes, that's why I loved it so much.
Yeah,
so not what I expected. And the trailers made it seem like some like boring, you know, like sci-fi, like Brad Pitt's in space. I've seen The Martian, so I don't need to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. But yes, go on. So number 1 is Ad Astra.
Number 2 is Jojo Rabbit, which took me by, which punched me in the face because I was not a fan of Thor Ragnarok, and I haven't seen Hunt for the Wilder People or Boy. I've seen What We Do in the Shadows, which I really liked, but I was not expecting such an emotional movie from Taika Waititi, like something that's so emotional, and heartfelt and sincere. And Jojo Rabbit was that, and I loved it.
Yeah.
And then number 3, this is where the hot takes start. El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie, is my favorite.
Dude, like everyone's like, it's superfluous, it's not necessary. I'm like, I know it is, but it's so goddamn well directed. Like it's so good.
My god, dude, nothing stands out more this year period to me than the scene where the guy's watering the plants and it's the one long shot. Yep. And Jesse's like ducking and moving around and trying to get the door unlocked as this guy approaches. Like the suspense and the pure control that Vince Gilligan had, I was like, fuck.
My favorite moment of that movie was after, spoiler alert, this is like the end of the movie when he's about to do like the Wild West draw on the guy, and like he has the gun hid in his pocket, shoots him, and then he takes the other guy and like tells the guys to like go home to your wives, otherwise I'll kill you. And then the guy leaves like, dude, you're on fire. And you see Jesse's like, yeah, I am on fire. Oh shit, I actually am on fire. But
yeah, dude.
And
a
also
lot of people didn't like the shootout, and I loved it.
I thought it was great. Like it actually, like it gave the badass shootout that you need in a movie like that. That's kind of like a criminal movie, but also it shows that Jesse's really clever. And I just loved like I was really worried that like the movie would just feel entirely superfluous and it wouldn't really make a difference in the actual story. But I had a lot of like deep resonant moments that I really enjoyed. Like, I mean, for example, if you look at Breaking Bad, the moment after like, Walt builds the battery when they're all stranded in the desert and shit and they go back home. When I was watching that episode for the first time when I first watched Breaking Bad a couple years ago, I was like, okay, they got out of this place in the desert for 4 days straight with no food and water. What the hell they do after this? And then they show you what happens in that, like the actual aftermath of that. And I love that.
Oh my god, that seems so good.
Yeah, like, and
Oh my.
I cheer for joy when Walt went on screen. Like I cheered.
And it's so casually done. It's like so expertly done. And that dialogue, man, about how he forgets that Jesse graduated. Like he
Yeah,
gives this bullshit speech about how he needs to go to college, but then he's like how he needs to get his GED and go to college. And you think he's being kind, but then you realize it's just like typical Walt.
uh, it's so
Like he's
good.
just lecturing for the sake of lecturing, and like he cares about Jesse in his own twisted way, but he doesn't care enough to remember that he graduated high school.
It's so good. Oh my god.
Oh, dude, and then that line, what is it? He's like, "You're so lucky," and Jesse's like, "What?" And he's like, "That you got to do something special, so like so early. You didn't have to wait your whole life to do something extraordinary," or whatever the line was.
100%.
Fuck, that movie's great.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Like that movie is awesome. All right, keep going on your list, dude. Keep going.
Parasite is number 4. Parasite's number 4.
All right.
I hate to admit it. How many people are watching right now? Because I don't want to feel like a hack fraud. I hate to admit it, but I actually, watched it not in the theater because I really wanted to see it, and it wasn't playing anywhere near me.
Silver
But
Lake.
now it's playing.
Silver Lake. Or
Parasite.
Oh, Parasite. Oh, yeah, got it. Yeah.
Yeah, Parasite wasn't playing anywhere near me, so I had to get a copy through other
Other means.
other means. Yes, but I want to go see it again in the theater now that's playing in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So, but I really, really loved it. I knew nothing about it going in, and I was glued to the screen the entire time. I watched it with my buddy Josh and Natalie, and we were all like, "Fuck, that was so good."
Yeah.
Now I've been revisiting Bong Joon-ho's entire filmography.
He's so fucking good, man. Like, I mean,
It's not pretentious at all either. Like he has no aspirations to be like smarter than who's watching the movie, but it's so smart.
Exactly. And like a lot of people like, I mean, if we take, two directors that have made kind of like disturbing-esque movies like Ari Aster and Bong Joon-ho, for example. Ari Aster, I mean, we've talked about this like privately. Like, I mean, I think Midsummer is a really good movie, but I think the way it links into the theme of codependence and relationships, it comes across as a little bit ham-fisted. But like with Bong Joon-ho's movies, I mean, he interweaves like, in The Host, for example, family drama, and Snowpiercer, caste systems and social classes, and like, rising up from the ranks. And in this movie, obviously, it's kind of a mix between the two of those themes. He makes those movies just so symbiotic with the theme that you don't even really realize that it's a commentary on those subjects.
Yeah, it's not hammy at all.
Yeah.
That's what I like about them. Like Snowpiercer, it's so about Chris Evans' character in Snowpiercer. You know what I mean? It's so about the little girl, and it's so about like what, like the whole thing, and like left or right, and all the it's just great. But you don't even need to get the idea that's about class to be emotionally, affected by that movie.
100%.
Which I really like, because I really don't like movies that are all commentary but don't have like the interesting characters to back it up or the dynamic, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I agree with that. Yeah. How many is that for you? Is that 4 or is that 5?
That's 4. I'm gonna rattle these next ones off quick.
All right, cool.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood's 5, a movie that I didn't quite love when I first saw it, but then I saw it 2 more times in the same week, and now I'm secure in where it is in the list.
Yep.
Midsommar director's cut is 6, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Knives Out is 7, which I recommend everyone go see ASAP.
All right.
Now Hustlers is 8. I really loved Hustlers.
I haven't seen it yet.
Dude, I had no expectations, but it was just so stylish. It's what everyone says. It's like the fucking Goodfellas of stripper movies. Like it's so clever. There's this one scene with what they do with the audio is, you'll know when you watch it. It's so cool, like what they do. And number 9 is The Lighthouse, a movie that I didn't adore, but I really enjoyed and want to see it again to fully comprehend and appreciate.
All right. Cool.
And that's my top 9.
Good list.
Ace. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on, man.
Go ahead.
I gotta go tell him not to scratch at the door.
Second time that Alex's dog has ended up the podcast. Let's look at what Alex has on his shelf. He has, I think it's a bag or a sleeping bag on the left side. He's got a Batman. I think it's an Arkham Knight cowl in the box over there. He's got 2 dumbbells. He's got a bunch of Blu-rays. I think V for Vendetta is one of them I can see. Do you have V for Vendetta on your shelf? I think I recognize the DVD. Do you have it on there?
Yeah, dude, that's only half my Blu-ray collection. Believe it or not, I switched to when I moved, I switched to digital.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because even though it doesn't quite like, I mean, I get these 4K, like on Vudu, I buy like the 4K stream.
Yeah.
But it's just because I there are certain movies I want to get hard copies of. Like I definitely want I have a hard copy of like the Dark Knight trilogy in 4K, and like I want to get the Raimi trilogy. But it's just so much stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To have the movie collection.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you always get one of those like 90s like CD sleeves. You can just like have a little book, but I like having the case though. The case is kind of cool.
Yeah. Because if you're going to get it, you want to keep the case, but then the case takes up so much space. So it's like, yeah. But I have like 500 Blu-rays at my parents' house still that I have to get.
Do you have them all categorized, like, alphabetized too?
Fuck no, dude. I just throw them on the shelf. I know that's so annoying. I have them categorized, I would say, where it's like, oh, superhero movies here, like dramas here, like action there. Not alphabetized at all, though. I'm lazy.
Got it. All right, I'll give you my I can give you my top 6 of the movies. All right. So number 6, even though I like Hereditary more, Midsummer director's cut though. One of the most unsettling endings that I've probably ever seen in the movie. That first of all, I mean, even if I didn't like the correlative theme like as much as I did in Hereditary, I mean, Ari Aster really is a voice that's pretty unique in horror these days, and I really hope he does more outside of horror too. But I mean, I think he's just a brilliant director, and like the way he filmed things, like with that really wide shot. Spoiler alert, at the end of the movie when Christian is paralyzed and then Danny is like in all of those flowers and it's a beautiful wide shot. And I like that moment, like chills in my freaking bones. I love that.
I saw that movie when I had an anxiety attack for some reason. That whole like, I was just having like, I hadn't slept in 24 hours and I saw that movie anxious as hell. So it made me like fucking lose my mind.
Yeah.
When I watched it, and it was great though. It was great.
Yeah, and like the beginning scene, like I mean, fuck, like when Danny finds out spoiler alert, when Danny finds out her family is like been killed and like her sister killed herself, and like that the whole slow zoom in and you see like the hose ducked up his sister's mouth and stuff. God,
it's so disturbing.
But it was a really good movie. Number 5, Alex is gonna kill me for this. Endgame. Avengers Endgame, I really like.
I'm not going to kill you. That's great.
Like it's not perfect by any means. There are many flaws with it, but I'm just speaking subjectively. Just the emotional resonance that I got from the movie, the finality of it. I mean, I like you wanted some of those moments to be explored in their own narratives instead of like the compilation movie. But I thought it was good. Number 4.
I'm so jealous. I really wish I had an emotional reaction, man. I was so sad. I didn't care when Iron Man died.
Well, maybe just a lifeless, cold zoomer, man. Maybe think about that.
Yeah, maybe I should just go watch a fucking Sam Raimi film and stick his cock in my mouth. That's what I should do.
All right, number 4, Jojo Rabbit. One of the weirdest movies I've ever seen in my entire life, but I loved it. And yeah, I can't wait to see what Taika Waititi does with the next Thor movie. After
I hope it's more. I hope it's more like JoJo and less like Ragnarok, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. Number 3, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. What's up, Doug?
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah.
What's up, Doug? How you doing?
Yeah, Ace.
But yeah, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, it was a movie that, like you, when I first saw it, I knew that I liked it and I laughed and I was entertained by it. But I didn't really love it. And I saw it again and I just like... I viewed it through the lens of this is a kind of a commentary on how Tarantino feels about Hollywood and like how parts of Cliff's character and Rick's character are kind of like personifications of him, like
I
looking
love
at.
it, dude.
Yeah, I loved it. And I will say the last 30 minutes is some of the most bonkers shit that Tarantino has ever put on film. Like, holy shit.
He holds off on the violence until the last 30 minutes, and then he goes wild with it.
So
Dude,
crazy.
I cry at the end of that movie now. I cry twice in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Really?
I cry when they play the Rolling Stones song Out of Time, when they're like back in it, like, just because I can tell it's Tarantino being like, yeah, like, my time's almost up. I'm almost done making movies. Like, the industry's changed. Like, my Hollywood's gone. That gets me emotional. And dude, at the end, dude, when the guy comes up and he's like, "You're Rick Dalton from Bounty Law," and like Rick
recognizes
finally
him,
gets,
yeah.
and it's it makes me fucking cry. Just DiCaprio's acting's like so good and subtle and nuanced right there.
Yeah.
Like, it's just yeah.
He's so good. And then number 2 and number 1, I alternate between depending on the day, but I love both of these films. Number 2 is Parasite, Bong Joon-ho. I think that, and Alex and I talked about this for the podcast, like, it's hard for me sometimes to be empathetic towards movies that are not in my own language, like English, because, like, you have to expend effort in your mind to read whatever's happening and then also like look back on screen. But within the first couple minutes of the movie, the directing is so good that you kind of forget that you're watching a subtitle movie. I adored that movie. I thought that it was brilliant, and I think it's Bong Joon-ho's best movie. Yeah, I thought
that may be a hot take.
I mean, like, I love Snowpiercer. I love The Host. I love Memories of Murder, and everyone says Memories of Murder is like a masterpiece, and it absolutely is. But this one, I just like, it hit me in the stomach. Like, the whole commentary on family dynamics from two sides of the same coin. The social class element, like, people taking what's theirs and like what's rightfully taken away from them, or like what people deserve. I loved it, and the acting in it, even if like it was in a language that I don't speak. The directing was so good that I adored that movie. And number 1 for me is The Lighthouse. I loved The Lighthouse. Robert Eggers, God damn it, don't stop making movies, because he's like, and let me just say this before I tell you why it's my number 1. Robert Eggers is somebody that I've adored since I saw The Witch. I thought The Witch was one of the most brilliant movies I've ever seen. I thought it was genius. And number 2, one of the most disturbing and haunting movies I've ever seen. Like, I thought the movie was virtually perfect. The Lighthouse, like, it was just a beautiful synthesis of like a really old-timey movie with impeccable direction and two, like, I have never seen Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe better in a movie. Like,
You think? Yeah.
I mean, obviously, like, the Green Goblin for Willem Dafoe is a big one. He's amazing in that, but fuck, like, the performance, like, these two guys just slowly going insane over the course of isolation, and then having like, I mean, like, I was kind of like apprehensive about like watching the movie in a 1:19 ratio, like when I first like stepped in the theater, but like, it adds that degree of like, you're in an expansive and like, desolate environment, but it's so claustrophobic. And
I think it's a good choice. It like is a purposeful choice. It could be really pretentious to use that, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
But no, it works.
Yeah,
Like, it's framed to be that way.
exactly. And I really loved it. And again, Robert Pattinson's performance there, I've never seen him better, and like, that got me really excited to see what he can do like as a Batman movie in a Batman movie.
I agree.
Yeah, I adore that movie. It
I have to
was
see it
disturbing.
again,
Yeah. I was like you. I loved it when I first saw it, but like, I saw it twice, and I'm like, okay, it's favorite movie of the year, like, by far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. There's this thing with his movies, Robert Egger movies. I mean, all 2 of them. You know what I mean? Yeah, but where something just happens in the 3rd act, where like it's not necessarily a twist per se, but like when shit starts to get whack, like when the goat starts talking in The Witch, and when, I don't want to spoil The Lighthouse because I'm pretty sure a lot of people haven't seen it, but when you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
When the weirdness happens there, where like for some reason it just, I lose that like connection I have to the movie when that shit happens. I don't know why. I have no idea why. It's on me. I'm not saying it's like the movie's fault or anything.
Yeah.
But I need to definitely see it again. Like, I did not like The Witch the first time I saw it, but I watched it again recently, and now I really like it. So I
Yeah.
think it's like a movie I had to sit with.
Yeah, like I feel like a lot of movies do that where like, it's not really a like a twist as more of like,
Yeah.
it's just adding an unforeseen plot element that seems kind of out of left field. And that's just a matter of you either buy into it or you don't. Like and
Yeah. And I
yeah.
buy into it. It's weird. I buy into it, but I don't like I just lose that emotional investment when that happens because I'm like, oh, it's gonna go zany and like crazy. You know what I mean? But he
Yeah.
does it so shortly that like these things only happen in the last like 15 minutes of his movies.
Yeah.
But I just wish that like it punched me harder, if that makes sense. Like me personally.
Yeah,
But
exactly. And like, as a counter argument to that, like I hear what you're saying for sure. And like if you don't buy into maybe not buy into it, but like if you don't like accept that like plot element as, lucidly as the other ones, it can seem kind of blatant. But I mean, the movies are a big slow burn. And
yeah.
like I feel like having like that reversal adds for me a degree of excitement to the movie as opposed to like taking me out of it. But it's a perspective thing. It's not like a,
I want to see him. I want to see him so bad do something straightforward, just
yeah.
to see how he does it. You know what I mean?
I'd love to
Um,
see him do like a movie like Parasite where it's like it's a family drama, like and it's like, has like a social commentary as well.
yeah,
I'd love to see him do like, just a really, really, really well directed drama and maybe a little bit of disturbing stuff that's kind of in his wheelhouse, but like I'd love to see him do, like you said, like something more kind of not mainstream, but kind of straightforward.
did was I wrong in interpreting the lighthouse as like Prometheus?
No, that's literally what I thought of
That's
too.
what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, is that what it is?
Yeah.
I want to make sure it's not a big reach. I think that's what it is. I was like, oh, okay.
No, no, no. Like that's a complete allegory. As a person who's
Without,
Greek, yeah, like
yeah,
with Greek mythology, yeah, it's
especially with like the last shot of the movie.
yep,
That's like where it like punches it.
yeah, and
Mhm.
like I don't know, I'm just my number one exciting director that I am so looking forward to anything they do is Adam McKay.
Okay.
I stand him in a 10-minute long video essay. Quick plug, but number two
It's a
is Robert
great
Eggers.
video.
Like very very quickly, number two is Robert Eggers. Like I'm ecstatic to see what he will do like in the future because like I mean two of his movies like wait are the Witch and the Lighthouse the only two movies he has?
I think so, man. I'll look it up right now, but I really think that's it.
Like those two movies, they like I will never ever forget like how I
Yep.
felt when I watched those movies. Like that's crazy that he made just two movies and like he's already carved a place out for himself like in this kind of niche of horror slash disturbing drama movies.
I'd love to see his shorts, like his short films, because
Oh
I'm
yeah,
sure there's like tons of them. Like those are his two features. I don't like. There's probably a bunch of like shit on somewhere deep in like Vimeo vaults, but
dude. Like speaking of shorts, have you seen Ari Aster's Johnson movie? Like there's something strange about the
no,
Johnsons.
no, I haven't. Is it good?
Um, one of the most fucked up things I've ever seen in my life. Like
Is it good though? Is it like good fucked
no,
up?
no, it's a really well made movie, and like you can tell that Ari Aster has something to give in that movie. Like he's an exciting prospect for directing. But holy fuck, man, that movie is so fucked. It's so messed up. It's like
What is it called?
there's something strange about the strange thing about the Johnsons. I can send it to you. I downloaded it. It's on Vimeo
Okay,
actually. Yeah.
okay, I'm in.
Like it's yeah, like you can tell that Ari Aster has a screw loose. Like he's got some fucked up things in his head. Like I mean,
Well, I love that shit.
oh, me too.
Definitely.
Yeah, me
So
too.
does Eggers, man, for sure.
Oh no, well he's fucked up for sure.
Yeah, everyone's fucked up.
Everyone's fucked up.
Except for Bong Joon-ho. That man's just a saint.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, like, kind of fucked up in like Snowpiercer when like the first grade teacher pulls out an AK-47 out of like her toy bin and starts shooting up all the people.
Did you know that Snowpiercer is based off a comic book?
Really?
I think so, man. Let me Google this so I'm not talking out of my ass. I think it's based off a manga. I'm pretty sure.
John Early says, "Can we agree that Joker had more character development than Endgame?" Obviously, I mean he is a 2.5 hour movie just starring one character.
Yeah,
Um,
dude. It's by Yep. It's a French novel.
Really?
Yep.
And do you know that? Speaking of stories that are based off of like short stories or books, did you know that Arrival is based off a short story.
Yeah, I did. I watched the making of Arrival the other day. That's so weird that you bring that up because I just watched Arrival the other day and watched like the behind the scenes.
Wow, we're such good friends. I can read your fucking mind, dude. I can.
Or you know,
I don't just hear
I
you. I hear you, man.
I accidentally left the Discord camera on while I watched Arrival. That's how you know.
Oh shit, man. I mean, I guess we can talk about like remaining movies of 2019. What's coming out that you're anticipating for the last month?
The
And a half or two?
Irishman, man. That's
Yeah, that's really all I'm looking forward to too. I mean, like there are a couple Oscar movies that are coming out, but The Irishman, like,
Uncut Gems as well.
dude, Adam Sandler is such a fucking good actor when he tries. Like,
I know.
I mean, Punch Drunk Love, he's amazing. Like, and even like a movie that's not that great, like Reign Over Me, like when he plays the guy whose family died in 9/11, he's fantastic in that. God, like he's so good. Like, why does he do all these stupid comedies that like
money?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's true.
Money.
Yeah.
Someone says Honey Boy. I'm excited as shit for Honey Boy.
I
That's the movie where,
yeah, I haven't heard anything about it, to be honest with you. It was supposed to be any good.
dude, it's supposed to be really good. It's crazy, man. It's like a movie about Shia LaBeouf and his dad, where Shia LaBeouf plays his dad.
Really?
Yeah, how like meta and crazy is that? Like it's a movie about that like fucked up relationship and being like a child star and shit. But he plays the dad.
Wow.
It's supposedly so good, right? That sounds like great.
I mean, wow. Like, I can't imagine how awkward that's gonna make it for his family if like he has a scathing portrayal of his father.
Yeah, dude. Watch the trailer, man. The trailer will like hook you, man.
Shit.
Um,
All right, I can't wait.
Have you seen the trailer for, I think it's called Queen and Slim? That looks pretty cool.
Oh wait.
I don't know if that's going to be good or not. I hope it is. Yeah, it has a good Metacritic score. The critics.
Queen and Slim. Who's in this? Well, the director's Greek, so I gotta see it because she's Greek, and I have to stand for Greek people. Let's see. Daniel. Oh yeah, Daniel Kaluuya, like Chloe Sevigny. Oh yeah. Sweet. I'll have to watch that.
The trailer looks wild, so I'm definitely in for that. That comes out relatively soon too, I think.
Yeah, it comes out November 27th.
Dude, so many movies. Knives Out comes out next week, man. You got to see that.
Oh wait, you saw a screening for it, right? Press screening? Or
no, dude. You can actually if there's do you like live by an AMC theater?
Yeah.
You could probably go tonight if you weren't doing anything. They have like special screenings for like yesterday and today that you can just get a ticket for.
Ooh.
Right? I highly recommend if you have a chance to go and do it.
Let's see.
Yeah, Knives Out early access screening.
Oh shit.
Is there one?
Yep, there's a 7 p.m.
Dude, you should fucking go.
Ooh, all right. Well, I guess we see see what I'm doing. But yeah, let's see. Anything else coming out for the rest of this year? Let's see. A bunch of shitty horror movies. The remaining. Actually,
Underwater, which makes me want to like that trailer just kills me.
Who's making that one?
I have no idea who made it. I know Kristen Stewart.
Oh, Kristen Stewart, of course.
Dude, fucking Bombshell. That's what I want to see.
Dude, how about the makeup on Charlize Theron, man?
Oh my god, that's crazy. I did not know it was her. I was like, oh my god, that's her. And then I was like, no, it ain't. And then it said her name, and I was like, fuck.
Dude, she looks exactly like freaking Megyn Kelly. Like it's kind of like messed up.
I'm so in for that.
Yeah, me too. Let's see what there is. There's Jumanji: The Next Level. Yay.
I will never. You'd have to drag me to the theater.
Richard Jewell, like that one about Clint Eastwood with the guy who was wrongly framed about bombing the 96 Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Clint Eastwood's so hit or miss in his old age.
I totally agree. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
on one hand, like, I think a really underrated movie he did was Hereafter. I really like that movie.
I haven't seen it.
It's about a psychic, Matt Damon, who's like kind of tortured by the fact that he can talk to the dead. It's actually very good. It's not a great movie, but I think it's interesting. And of course we have Cats coming out on December 20th.
That movie's gonna give me nightmares. man.
The trailer already did, man. That thing scared the crap out of me.
See the new trailer?
No, I've stayed away from it.
Yeah.
What's the movie that's like filmed as like one shot with Sam Mendes directing? It's 1917. I don't know if it's one shot, but I think it's supposed to be like really.
Birdman style.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, you broke up for a second. Yeah.
All right, cool. We're back. But yeah, interesting.
Owen just popped in the chat. Owen likes comics and was like, just stopped in to support both of you guys. And I'm like, what a gent. Thank you, man. I really do appreciate that.
Shucks.
Owen, going back on Johnny's podcast so he doesn't have to get me on.
Well, I mean, I don't know, man. You're one of my good friends on YouTube, and I love you like a brother. But I gotta say, the British accent is hard to
I know,
resist.
it's a selling. I have my dumb Pittsburgh accent.
Dude, like I feel like East Coast accents like that. Like I'm from Connecticut, and like you have Pittsburgh. Like I feel like there's no accent associated with that, to be honest.
Dude, it's weird because I just say certain words weirdly and wrong. Like I got called out so much because in my endgame video I say majority instead of majority. Like I say majority because I've always said it that way, and like people I've been around have said it that way. And I got so many comments, and I'm like,
okay,
what?
All right. So let's have a quiz here. What would you call your mom's sister?
Aunt.
I say aunt.
Okay, yeah.
Dude, I say courteous instead of courteous.
Okay, that's yeah. But like I would never be like, oh, you said it wrong. You know, I hate people that do that shit. I'd be like, oh, that's just how he said it.
Yeah,
Whatever.
it's a little accent, you know.
Yeah, I mean it's fine.
Yeah.
How do you say? Do you know the word yins, right? That's such a Pittsburgh thing. I've never said it
Yins
in my life. Yeah, yins is like you all. It's horrible. It's fucking horrible. It's a Pittsburgh thing, man. It's horrible.
I have never heard of that ever in my life.
Dude, yins is a fucking thing. I'm telling you. Yins.
Yin?
Yin equivalent to y'all. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, yins, man.
Oh god, that's so weird.
Right?
Like it's like are you yins coming tonight?
Yeah.
How would you use that in a sentence?
How yins doing? I would never use it in a sentence. Wait, real quick.
My
Nat,
god.
do you want to come up here for a sec? Nat's coming up.
Alex, do you have a tattoo or is that a rash?
Dude, that's a birthmark, man.
It is? Oh, word.
It's a weird birthmark, right?
All right. Well, I'm gonna be a psychic and read it. Oh my god.
Yeah, it looks like I've been burned, but I've had it since I was a baby.
Dude, that means that you had a conjoined twin and it died in a tragic accident. That's crazy. Oh man.
Yeah, the smarter half.
Come on, man. Oh shit.
Yeah, there are people watching. Come on, Nat. Explain yin.
Where can I see myself? Do I want to?
No, you're just in this corner. Explain yin.
You look majestic.
Yins
Come on.
is like yins guys going down.
What are
don't know.
Pittsburgh accents?
Wait. Say it into the microphone. Say it in the microphone.
Say it in the microphone.
It's like I don't know. It's just like it's like a y'all or like a you guys.
But
or
use
like
it. Use it. You like say the most
It's
Pittsburgh
like-
sentence you can say.
God, I have like such an embarrassing
It's-
accent. Yeah,
Just
I don't
no,
wanna,
you're
like, put
fine.
myself on blast.
Just do
like
it.
this.
Just do it.
It's like yins guys gone down to play Pokemon Go by the pool. Or are you gonna like
That's like how most
like-
people.
That's not true. It's not how most people
It's how a
talk.
large portion
It's
of like
how,
working
like-
class Pittsburghers
It's
talk.
how like old school Pittsburgh people talk. It's how like people whose parents
Dude, like
grew up in Pittsburgh.
wait,
talk.
say Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Yeah, he kind of says Pokemon too.
Pokemon. I literally get shit for how I say Pokemon all the time.
She says like
I say it
Pokemon.
like Pokemon.
Yeah, Pokemon.
I just can't say it.
He
any
says it
different.
kind of the same way.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Cool.
Pokemon.
Good. Brad said, "Are Yins still doing the podcast? Are Yins guys still doing the podcast down there?"
Hey, Yins guys are Dan Tan already.
Yes, that's literally how they talk. Like that's. I mean, that's not how my dad talks, but that's how like most people. Not most, but like if
That's
you
not
if you
most.
go downtown to a Steelers game,
Like if you
that's
go
how
down-
you're like. That's what you're gonna.
If you walk into Permani Bros, it's like a Pittsburgh like sandwich shop. Like that's how your like bartender's gonna talk. You know, like that's how like you're gonna like be addressed. It's endearing, I think. It makes us sound probably like stupid as fuck, but it's
I was just roasting myself because I said majority. Instead of
That's a you thing. That's not a Pittsburgh thing. That's not.
I don't know why that's a me thing.
I noticed when you said that wrong. I was like, oh, you mispronounced that word.
Oh
but
my
you're
God,
already
get
so
outta
far into the edit, and I was like, I don't want to say anything, man.
That's just how I've said it my whole life.
Yeah, I know. It's fine.
Okay, get out of here.
All right, I'm gone. See you later.
Thank you, Never, coming on. Owen in Lex Comics says, God, I wish we won the War of Independence. Well, Owen, I'm sorry because we kicked your ass in the Revolutionary War. Sorry about that.
Dude, what are some of your slang terms, man? What's like something that like I wouldn't know? You gotta have some.
Yeah, no, I have a bunch. So from Connecticut, instead of going to the liquor store, we say going to the packy.
The packy? Is that like...
Yeah, that's it's a Connecticut thing. So like the formal name for a place that sells liquor is called the package store. And so we say, oh yeah, I gotta go to the packy real quick.
That's cool. I fuck with that.
Yeah. What else is there?
I'm writing that down, dude, because I'm going to say that from now on.
I'll go to the packy and we're like, what the fuck are you talking about? You gonna go down to the post office?
Yeah.
Let's see what else there is. I mean, like, it's not like because of my Connecticut like roots. It's because I'm half English and half Greek, so I have English grandparents, and so like they called like, you know, when you drive like in how do I put this? In like the city, you know how like you have two sides of the street and then in the middle there's like trees and like little like grass and stuff?
Yeah, like that area. Yeah.
What do you call that?
I have no idea.
Okay, so people usually call it a tree lawn, which is hilarious. I call it shrubbery.
Shrubbery?
Yeah, but that's a really English thing to say.
That's not that weird. That's not that weird.
Let's see.
British people call TV the telly in the chat.
The telly.
Owen says shrubbery is a thing.
Yeah,
shrubbery.
it is. Oh yeah. I also call forks and knives cutlery instead of silverware.
My grandma calls them cutlery too.
Yeah,
that's like because she's not English, but that's just I don't know why.
Yep.
Cookies with biscuits. Someone says.
A big respect for cutlery. I say, do you call like a sandwich a hoagie or a sub?
Both. I've heard both here.
Yeah, I would say that I think I say sub more than hoagie.
Sub more than hoagie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we say sub more than hoagie down in the Berg.
Okay, and like I guess we can. A grinder too. A grinder. Yeah, grinder, subs or hoagies.
A grinder?
Yeah, people. I say grinder sometimes. Yeah.
Really? That's a thing?
Yeah, that's a thing.
For like
an East Coast. Yeah, for an East Coast thing. Yeah, grinder or something. All right, we'll answer a couple questions in the chat, and then we'll pack up the podcast. Dude,
I think this is my favorite podcast we've done.
Yeah, for sure. It's been the most focused, but also the most fucking random.
It's mellow and random. My dad says New England hoagie is a grinder.
Hoagies and grinders.
I never knew that. That's something new I learned today.
Yeah. Someone asked, anybody seen Brightburn? Yeah, I thought I had interesting ideas. I didn't like the execution too much. I thought that
exactly.
Yeah.
I couldn't have said it better. That's exactly how I feel.
Yeah. But it was fine. I thought that like we said, it wasn't that great, but it's whatever. What are your thoughts on the Eternals using practical effects and shooting on film? I'll
believe it when I see it.
Yeah, I mean, like, I love that idea, but I will be honest with you, I know nothing about the behind the scenes of the Eternals. I know nothing about the Eternals like in like comic books. So I mean, that movie can only exceed expectations for me because my expectations are like I have none for that movie.
They're below zero. You don't know.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. But I also think because the Infinity Saga is finally over, I don't know if I'm going to see every single fucking Marvel movie that comes out now. Like, it's just like...
I don't think I am either, honestly. Unless it gets like... I'm really interested in Black Widow because what Florence Pugh said on her Actors on Actors. Yeah. She was like, I think people are going to be surprised with how emotional and raw Black Widow is compared to like other Marvel movies. Yeah. And I was like, are you lying? Are you lying to me? Don't give me hope. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't give me hope.
Thoughts
Can
on
we
Harry?
talk about Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Please go
I
ahead.
was gonna be like, can someone please tell me why Jeremy Renner's hair was the way it was in Endgame? I'm still trying to comprehend why.
It was like a guy
It wasn't.
who has like a rock star haircut, like down to his like his shoulders. Started getting a temple fade like I have, like short to the
Yes.
sides, and then he
Yes.
just stood up halfway through and was like, "I am good," and just walked out of the barber shop.
I agree.
Yeah, it was weird.
Thoughts on Harry Potter films?
I love the Harry
I love
Potter
them.
films. I think that God, my favorite one is probably number 4, number 7. But also number 3 is like everyone loves that one, so that's kind of like a classic answer. But
Dude, I'm gonna do the most. Hold on. Which one's Half-Blood Prince? 6?
6. Yeah.
Okay. I'm about to throw out the hottest take.
Okay.
I'm trying to do my list in the chat. It's 3, 6, 4, 7, 8, 1, 3, 8. No. 3, 6, 4, 7, 8, 1.
Just type.
5,
Just type it. Why are you
2.
saying it out loud? Just type it out. It'll be easier for you to remember.
Dude, because I'm trying to think which ones. I don't know, man. Answer some more questions. I'll type it out.
All right, fine. Let's say Frozen thoughts. I have not seen Frozen 2. Frozen 1 is a sweet movie. I think it's highly overrated, but I think it's good. Thoughts on Batman and Robin?
I love it.
The Schumacher one.
I love it. It's so over the top.
Let's
Okay,
kick some ice.
There you go. I think.
Landon asks, do you think Palpatine coming back and ruin Anakin's sacrifice? Yes, I do. I think it'll ruin it. I mean, unless they do something really clever with the plot. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. Disclaimer: I like it. I'm not a huge diehard fan, but I do think that like the sacrifice of Darth Vader is one of the most emotionally like resonant movies in any kind of like space opera action adventure movie. To have that character come back after he's like the object of like one of the biggest character redemptions ever is really, really cheap. Unless they do it really creatively, I think that's just gonna be weird. But yeah, that's what to say about that.
I bet I don't even follow Star Wars like at all, pretty much.
Mhm.
But I would say I think I can predict the ending of the whole thing. And this is knowing nothing. And I'm sorry if I spoil.
Go ahead.
I honestly think it's gonna end with like the new characters watching the sunset, a la Luke in the first one.
Oh, 100%. It like that's just like
That's like how it's gonna be. It's like knowing that of course Captain America is gonna get the dance with Peggy. Like no matter what happens, that's gonna happen.
yeah, it'll end the binary sunset like 100%. I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of The Last Jedi, so hopefully this movie like is watchable and entertaining. Let's see. Peanut Butter Falcon thoughts. I have not seen Peanut Butter Falcon.
I saw it. I thought it was really wholesome and sweet. Shia LaBeouf was really good.
Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna type up my Harry Potter ones. Let's see.
Ooh.
Let's see. All right, so it goes Deathly Hallows Part 2, Prisoner of Azkaban, Goblet of Fire, Deathly Hallows Part 1, Half-Blood Prince, Sorcerer's Stone, Chamber of Secrets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. That's my list.
I didn't get it.
It's in the chat.
Okay.
Deathly Hallows Part 2, Prisoner of Azkaban, Goblet of Fire, Deathly Hallows Part 1, Half-Blood Prince, Sorcerer's Stone, and Chamber of Secrets number 2.
Where's Order of the Phoenix?
Oh, no, that comes after. Last.
It's the worst
Order.
movie, man. I don't know why. That movie never got me.
Last is oop and I oop, but yeah, like I mean, I will say, I think 6 is horribly underrated because like I think like number 6 has probably the most emotion associated with it, even though it's not great in terms of book accuracy.
It's like slow. It's so slow. That's why I like it so much. It's
Well,
like
it's slow, but like I also think like seeing the character relationship between Dumbledore and Harry like really, really explored in the movie is awesome. I really, really like that. But yeah, just like for me as a Harry Potter dork, like it's not that accurate to the book. But yeah, whatever. But I think that Deathly Hallows Part 2 is my favorite. But I mean that and Prisoner of Azkaban are both tied for me. Like I love both of those. Yeah.
Alfonso, man, with Prisoner of Azkaban.
So good. And
David Yates has directed like the last fucking 17 Harry. He spent his whole career directing Harry Potter movies at this point.
Yeah, and David Yates also is shit the bed with the Fantastic Beasts movies.
Dude, I hated the first one. I didn't even see the second one.
Like the first time I saw it, like I think it was how you felt the first time you saw Amazing Spider-Man 1. You were like, that's good. It was fine. It was a nice little send-off to the franchise, whatever. I watched it again. I'm like, this is charmless. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like there's no like joy in the movie.
It's like soulless to me.
Yeah, it just there's no charm. There's no charm.
Yeah. There's no magic.
Get out.
Thanks for coming on the Lone Chemist podcast.
Oh, yeah, a couple more questions, then we'll wrap this one up. But
If
yeah,
anyone has something really important to ask us right now,
you have 3 minutes. Type in all caps so we know you're serious about it.
Yeah, we'll get out of here at like, if it's cool, I want to go take a pee at like 3:10.
What time is it right now?
3:06. So that's
cool.
like 4 minutes to answer questions.
3 minutes of free time. Least favorite blockbuster of the decade? Of this decade?
You know what it is. Don't even lie. You know what it is. Don't even lie.
All right, you go first.
It's definitely the movie that left me the most. Dude, I actually don't know. I may honestly say a different movie than I thought I was going to say.
I think it's Spider-Man Far From Home.
That's what dude, I was going to say BVS.
BVS,
but
I
I'm
mean,
going to go with Far From Home. I'm going to go with Far From Home.
like, okay, I hate BVS. At least that had like a vision from a director and it was actual like, creative vision. I thought aside from the Mysterio scene, there was no creativity in that movie at all.
Yeah. Oh my God. Dude, let's not go down the Far From Home route.
Yeah, let's not get the trolls, any ammo to slander you.
Dude,
Whoops Ink Plot said, if you could make a film about anything, what would it be? That's a loaded question, man. Like there's a lot of shit. Like Alex is the actual filmmaker here, so he can answer the better.
That's not true, dude. What you do with YouTube videos is definitely filmmaking. So don't sell yourself short. But
no, I'm blushing. Thank you.
Blushing as he's not blushing at all. Dude, honestly, if I could do anything, I'd do that Jason Todd show. That's like my passion project. I don't expect to do it till I'm like 45 and they already fuck up Jason 17 more times after they did it on Titans. But like then I'll swoop in and I'll be ready. But that's like my passion project.
Both of you pitch a Spider-Man film. Ooh. Fuck.
I don't know if you got time for that. I could do a quick one, then you can finish it off.
Do a quick one. Let's save like movie pitches for another podcast, but you do your Spider-Man one. Yeah.
I would do a Netflix series or a mini series that's like 6 episodes long, R-rated. That's Peter in college, and only R-rated because I want people to say fuck. I want it to be so real. I want it to be like Linklater meets Spider-Man, and I just want it to have adult. Not necessarily be adult, but like if Peter and Mary Jane, want to kiss, I don't want to have to cut away 3 seconds after because it's for kids. I want it to just be raw and emotion filled. But I drop Peter in college and just do something like Spider-Man PS4, but I would want no restrictions in what we could do.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be like fucking violent and like, oh, R-rated Spider-Man. It would just be like, oh, they say fuck because people say fuck.
Yeah, your mortgage is late, so you're gonna get evicted and shit, like financial struggles. Yeah, like oh fuck. And I think just a quick one for me. I would do the exact same script. I mean, not the exact same as a Spider-Man 4 for Raimi. I would have Miles Morales like come into it, and then like basically Peter mentors him like in the same way Spider-Verse like happens. Obviously, like you'd have to change a little bit of the script, like the way you incorporate Miles is important. I'm not sure how you do that, but like it would probably be somebody who gets the powers and then like seeks out Spider-Man, finds out who he is, through whatever reason.
You'd bring Toby back.
Oh yeah, no, Toby would be like the Peter B. Parker of Spider-Man
Nice.
4, with like,
Uh,
and then like the last thing is like both of them fighting together one last time, whatever, and then Peter finally like, hangs up the suit for good and is like, all right, you got this, man, and then that'd be it.
I would love it. I would love it. I would love it.
All right. Anyway, that is our podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Alex has to go treat or tend to his very, very small sized bladder, so he can go pee.
I really do. I drank this whole bottle of water.
All right. Well, of course, everyone knows where to find you. YouTube.com/HiTopFilms channel, right? Or
yeah, just search HiTopFilms and then you'll find.
All right. And with that, we are out of here. So peace the F out. Bye. Bye.